Hello, Zenith friends. This is your host. It has been a minute. I trust and I hope that you have been well. Lots has been happening as we are moving through and have moved through this eclipse portal and still processing and moving through it. Perhaps you yourself have gone through many transformative experiences, or perhaps you are in the middle, the phases of transformation, because that's typically what eclipse portal brings us. Over the past 3 weeks or so, we have had Mercury retrograde in Taurus. Mercury moved all the way through Taurus and got very close to the breakthrough point, which is its conjunction with Uranus, but never quite made it. And so went retrograde and came all the way back to the first decadent of Taurus. I'm using tropical astrology. And went direct, stationed and went direct, and is now moving through its shadow phase currently. So resolving the shadow, resolving the territory that it has been retrograding. So what house is Taurus for you? This is how you can get some clues into how the retrograde has been affecting you specifically. I haven't even looked at the map yet, but I know today we're kind of coming into this T-square. Jupiter at the top, Mars currently at the anaretic degree of Cancer, about to enter Leo, a fiery performative Leo. Get ready. You know, Mars has been kind of the star of the show all through fucking 2021 and through all that shit. Mars has been retrograding it's been in the sign of Gemini for like 7 months or something crazy. And it finally moved past its shadow phase and entered icky, yicky, over-emotional, stuffy Cancer, where Mars doesn't enjoy being. So we just finally cleared all this crazy Mars Gemini energy, which is like an infant that's distracted in all these different ways. And then we had Mars enter Cancer, which just kind of kerplunked us into some emotional ick. And tomorrow, or tonight, or the next day, who knows? I'm not really keeping track, probably tomorrow. Mars will enter the sign of Leo, where it is going to be doing much better than its previous 9 months of where it's been hanging out. So, get ready for this to happen. Anyway, so we have the T-square happening. Jupiter at the top, right? And the nodes too. So they call it a T-square, but it's really not a T-square. It's a grand cross, because guess what, guys? K2 and Rahu are planets too, you know? So we take them into account. You know, it's not a T-square at all. It's a grand cross, which is an amazing aspect in the sky. You're probably feeling it. But if we take the nodes away, then yeah, it's a T-square. But since we have K2 in Scorpio, I don't see what the big deal is. You know, that's the resolution point for the T-square. Anyway, this is, you know, kind of advanced astrological lingo, so I hope you're with me. But the point is the energies are very high. So we have Jupiter, we have Mars entering Leo, and they're at a square, which is a very intense energy. And then across from Mars, square Jupiter as well, 90-degree angle, is Pluto, which Pluto is about to retrograde back into Capricorn, where it's been the past 20 years. So we got a taste. We got a taste of Pluto in Aquarius, and guess what happened? All this AI stuff everywhere. Suddenly, we have robot police, and we have robot prostitutes, and we have robot everything. Robot dentists, robot dogs, robot everything. I don't care. AI is taking over. And this is the taste. This is one taste of Pluto in Aquarius. So currently, recently Pluto went retrograde, so it's going to move back into Capricorn. Is it going to go back into Aquarius until, I don't know, next year or something? A long time. And then guess what it's going to do, guys? For all you Pluto Aquarian fanatics, it's going to go direct and move through Capricorn again and enter Aquarius, maybe 2024. Once again, and then you know what's going to happen? It's going to retrograde again, and it's going to go back into Capricorn. So, get ready for this dance of Pluto, giving us a taste of the future, and then it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn. It's going to move back into Aquarius finally for good, for the next 20, 21 years, which is serious, because let me tell you, at the end of the 20 years of Pluto in Aquarius, life as we know it will not be the same. And this will be the technological breakthroughs. This will be the advancement of technology. It's already invented. There's so many patents already invented. All of this stuff is old. We think it's new, but it's not. It's old. They've had this stuff for a long time, been keeping it in the basement, been keeping it in the underground chambers of the earth, And so we were just going to release a little bit at a time. But, we've already invented the water car and the electric car and all these things long time ago. It's really silly. However, nonetheless, a lot of the technology will be released to the public, So that's what we're looking for. So this is a very powerful time because of that T-square. It's not really a T-square if you count K2 and Scorpio. So don't listen to these people talking about T-square, blah, blah, blah. They don't even look at the sky. Okay. What else? Happy new moon. Happy new moon in Taurus. This is a powerful time. So the whole point of this is new moons are typically a good time for us to set intentions and to call in what it is we're calling in, what we want to call in. So, journal, make a list, invite yourself to manifest with this lunar cycle. Full moon is a good time for letting go. New moon is a good time for bringing in. So what are you bringing in this cycle? With the Taurus new moon, it's kind of centered around sensual things, money, income, art, expression, beauty, right? Venus is the theme. Let me check my map now for the first time in this 9-minute video. But it's good to be back. I've been taking a break from my active, consistent engagement in Zenith Instagram page. I'm still giving readings. You guys can always book a reading with me. I've really taken some time to focus more on publishing music. If you haven't noticed, and if you didn't know, I am pretty devoted in my music. I have 4 albums released, and in this past month or so that I haven't been posting, 2 months I haven't been posting, I released another album. It's a live album called Fulfillment, which is available on our YouTube, which you should subscribe to, E.T. Rainbow Yantra. And eventually my plan is to get a Zenith YouTube going. So watch out, be on the lookout for that. We're going to do that. And then we're going to, bring it up a notch, incorporate more ways into how we can help each other out. Okay, so Venus is currently in Cancer as well. So this is kind of setting us up, The truth is that Venus is going to move into Leo not too long from now. I don't have dates exactly. But and then from that point, that is going to be kind of the big astrological weather forecast of the year. Besides Pluto churning its way back into Capricorn and Jupiter moving into Taurus, where it will be for the next year. Happy Taurian Jupiter is a very significant transit, as well as Mercury going direct. And then, the Sun about to go into Gemini. But the main attraction of 2023, besides all this other stuff I'm talking about, is Venus retrograde in Leo. Okay? 40 days and 40 nights is the retrograde cycle for Venus. So that's where we get that, blah, blah, went into the woods and fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. No, it was Venus retrograde. It's a hint, Let's unveil what's really being said here, because a lot of the spiritual texts and religious texts are completely based off of astrology. In fact, astrology is the oldest science. It is the oldest religion. It is the basis of all literature, math, science, religion, mythology, all of it. I don't care. Did I say literature? Because it is. It's all written about the stars. Okay, so Venus is going to be retrograding for 40 days and 40 nights in the sign of Leo. And that will be the main attraction of the year. And, that's going to happen next month, really. There's going to be some other important things going on. Like the big one, which I love. I'm really loving. I don't know about you guys. I guess it's different for everyone. But I'm really loving this Saturn in Pisces. So let's talk about that a little bit. I could keep posting memes and I could write stuff. And, people seem to be responding quite well with that. But the truth is eye to eye, and mouth to mouth communication kind of with astrology and stuff. So, we're covering a lot here. But I love this Saturn in Pisces, because what it's doing is it's asking us to ground in the spiritual. Saturn in Pisces is revealing frauds for who they are. Spiritual frauds. Anyone who's a imposter is going to be kind of exposed during Saturn Pisces, which I love. I love that. Saturn in Pisces, because there's a lot of fake astrologers out there. There's a lot of fake spiritualists. God, I wish I wasn't going to get reprimanded for speaking my mind completely, but I have to be careful because Instagram is such a censored thing, and I've already gotten in trouble a few times. And but if you want the in-depth, really me speaking my mind and not holding back in order to preserve the health of whatever this is, message me and I'll speak to you for real about what I really think. But the truth is Saturn in Pisces is exposing spiritual hoopla for what it is. And a great example of that would be the Dalai Lama. I've made a post about the Dalai Lama before, years ago, and let me tell you, I got so much hate on Facebook for that. I'm sure my language was kind of triggering, and I was in a pretty negative mood, I would say. But nonetheless, whatever is happening with this children stuff and these spiritual teachers and whatever, and you need to now like suck my tongue. I don't even care. You know, it's hilarious seeing all the people come out of the woodwork to try to justify. Oh, you didn't know what he meant by that. You didn't understand. You know, I stand with the Dalai Lama. Like they're really gonna stand with pedophiles. Like they will defend them to the grave. For some reason, that's a cultural thing that we continue to do, and other people, it's like a blind eye. Like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're seeing. But yeah, there's going to be more of this. There's going to be more of this, even personally in smaller communities. A lot of fake tarot, fake astrologers, fucking, you know, people who pretend to be X and they're really Y. You know, it's like I'm riddled with it. In fact, if I could find, you know, someone that actually is who they say they are, I would actually be very impressed, you know? I've been on this kick for a while, and that's actually what brought me into astrology. Is I was looking so hard for an astrologer that knew their shit, that actually knew their shit and could actually direct me in, you know, the path towards self-knowledge and healing and things, insights into the cosmos. And I was never able to find that. I realized that was the person that I had to become. And so that's my mission. You know, as an astrologer, it was nothing I ever planned to do. I didn't wake up one day and say, this is what I'm going to do with my life. This is something that is a gift that has been given to me, and it's something that I have learned to embody because I haven't found it. You know, there's a lot of astrologers out there. There's a lot of people there's a lot of human design people, you know, there's a lot of whatever. And like I said, I love this transit, and thank God Saturn has moved out of Aquarius because that was fucking intense. But I love Saturn in Pisces. You know, it's also a really good transit for the arts, creativity, utilizing the spiritual, grounding the spiritual. Saturn's the architect. Saturn's the disciplinarian. Saturn is the, you know, father time, structure. But in Pisces is it's imagination land. It's mystical ocean. These two signs have nothing to do with each other. Neptune and Saturn. Neptune does not answer to Saturn. Saturn says, I'm 3D, I'm what's real. And Neptune's like, bro, you are not real. Nothing you say is real. Nothing is real. Neptune's realm is beyond Saturn. So Saturn's kind of like, what do I do in Pisces? What do you do in Pisces, Saturn? This is a great example of what faith looks like. You know, having faith in something you can't see and touch and taste, but you believe in it. This is Saturn in Pisces. You know, because Neptune, its ruler, and Jupiter, its traditional ruler, they're not grounded like Saturn is. They're in the ether, they're in the imagination, they're in these higher realms. Jupiter has to answer to Saturn. Neptune does not. No. So that's kind of a wonderful situation. And so here we are. Saturn is chasing Neptune. Neptune is at 27 degrees Pisces. Saturn is currently at 6 and 32 minutes. And for those of you having your Saturn return now, congratulations. Hang in there. You know, it's not over. I think Saturn return is several years. It's like, boom, the Saturn return, and then guess what? Saturn typically goes retrograde, and then you get another one, and another one, and another one. And eventually, you're just like, holy fuck, you know, Saturn really messed me up, man. And then the best part about it is that you don't even get to integrate these lessons and these things until years later. Like Saturn return in itself, that's why it's like 30, 31, we don't really know. 33, when are you going to have your Saturn return? It's like, no, there's the Saturn return, there's the the revelation of those lessons, which is a whole nother phase of Saturn return. And then there's the integration of what you learned from a bird's eye view, from all that shit that you had to go through with your Saturn return, that you can now begin to integrate years later, you know, and not that far, not that many years later, just 2 or 3. But seriously, I would say it's like a 3-year thing, you know? So, congratulations everyone. It's good to be back. I'm gonna make a point to be a little more active here because I am devoted to this and I feel a deep calling to do this. And I do want to help others with this work. So, if you would like a reading, shoot me a message. You know, you can do it here on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I am Star Ranger. We have a Zenith Mystery School page on Facebook. I believe the URL tagging thing is Zenith 1111. So Zenith 1111. How else can you contact me? Those are pretty much the 2 ways I do it. You can message me on Facebook. I have a pseudonym. I go by Star Ranger. So you can find me. You know, I don't know if there's other Star Rangers out there, but if there are, there's probably not a lot. So if you see me as Star Ranger on Facebook, friend me, message me, follow us, get involved. I want to read for you. It's one of the things that I love to do. I also do human design readings. I just did one recently. It was pretty powerful. And with an emphasis on projectors, you know. I myself am a projector, so I feel also called to help other projectors because it is quite the type, and it's totally not, like, our world is not built for projectors. So this is something that I have struggled with in my solitude, but I want to help others have an easier time. What else? Soon the nodes will shift into Aries and Libra, which is going to change everything. Besides that, you guys, happy new moon. Send me a message. I wanna read for you. It's great to be back, guys. And please let me know how else I can support you in this endeavor. Namaste, everyone. And be on the lookout because we're going to get more active. And sending all of you wonderful moon cycle and a wonderful Mercury resolution, as well as a smooth eclipse portal ending. So I think that's all I got for now. You guys take care, and I will talk to you very soon.